Welcome to the Genius Talk podcast. I'm your host Atul Raj, and today we have Rebecca Bonnington with us. Did I pronounce it right?
You did, Atul. Spot on.
Okay, awesome. So, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much. Thank you for asking me. It is an absolute delight and a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. So, for our listeners who don't know you, can you tell them who you are and what do you do?
Yeah, sure. So I'm the business coach's coach, as we just discussed. Atul, I'm the Jedi Master of Business Coaching. I created a methodology called the Kick-Ass Coaching Methodology, and I train other business coaches in how to use it. I also have one or two of my own clients still that I still work with.
Okay.
That's it. That's what I do at the moment. Do you want the full history? Because I'm quite
Yes.
old. It goes back a long way.
Yes, we want the whole history. How you got started into starting
Okay.
on business coaching?
Crikey. So I have been running my own businesses since 1999. I started by running a recruitment business. I grew that to about $1 million in revenues, exited at the end of 2008. And then I had my third baby. And whilst I was off on maternity leave, I thought, crikey, what am I going to do now? I'd started learning NLP. Have you come across NLP?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm a licensed trainer of NLP. And I thought, right, okay, what can I use this for? I will become a coach. Back then, so I've been coaching for 16 years. Back then, it was kind of just emerging in the UK. It'd been around in the US for a long time. And NLP teaches to ask really good questions. And that's what coaching's all about. And so I started with a few clients. And I built it up. And then I got a master's degree in coaching. And then eventually in 2018, I thought, oh, right, my older two kids have left home. I've got space, headspace and energy because they take up a lot of space. And I'll start a business. I will train people in what I know about business and coaching and growing businesses. And I stuck it all on an online platform. And I now train coaches all over the world in the methodology.
Okay, so how did you bring your brother Nick on board?
So he was with me in the recruitment business for 6 years. He left after 6 years. And then I said, well, let's do a business again together. And he was training, still does train, Magic Circle law firms. So the really, really big global law firms in things like business development and networking. And I said, right, well, we can include that in our coach training because a lot of coaches come out of salaried jobs, come out of corporates, and they don't know how to develop business. They don't know how to network. And we teach them how to do that as well as the methodology. But my brother actually left the business at the end of last November. He's semi-retired and I am continuing to fly the flag for Tricres.
Can you share some of your recent case studies?
Yeah, sure. So I like to talk about the ones I'm working on right now. I have a client about sort of 2.5 to 3 million in revenues. The client wants to exit his business. He's ready to retire. And I came on board about a year ago. And there was no clear direction. There was no clear purpose, vision and values. And there was no growth strategy at all. And so we started with the purpose, vision and values, installing those into all his systems. We now have a really strong senior management team. The business is worth more money. He's in a much better position to sell it. It's making more money. It's much more profitable than it's ever been before. And so, yeah, he'll be able to exit probably successfully in the next 12 months.
Okay, that's awesome. So
Yeah, it is awesome, isn't it? Yeah.
yes, it is. So your coaching business, Tricres, did I pronounce it right or I screwed up again?
It's okay. I'm going to tell you how I came to the name Tricres. That'll make it easier for you to pronounce it. So tri is obviously 3. It's a great number in spirituality, geometry, mathematics. It's a really, really strong number. And cres comes from the Italian for crescendo, which means growth. So I mashed the two together, Tricres, and found out the .com was still available and nobody had trademarked it. So I trademarked it and took the .com.
That's really good. That's a really good name.
Yeah. It's a great name. Thank you.
So what do you wish you know when you first started and that you know now?
Okay. honestly, don't start an online learning platform. It's really, really hard work. Anybody who tells you that being a course creator, online course creator gives you a passive income is talking nonsense, all right? It is a ton of really hard work mastering the funnels, mastering the email sequences, finding your audience, getting your audience in through the door. It's pretty intense. Once you've got the formula working though, it ticks over really nicely and you have a really steady stream of income, which is what all coaches want. But that first few years, probably it took us 3 years to really refine what we were doing and get it absolute right. And that was quite expensive to do. And I was funding that through my own working. So that's been a very, very steep learning curve. I wish I'd have known that at the beginning, and I probably wouldn't have gone down that route, interestingly. Although, do you know, eventually, when I eventually decide to exit, then that's the thing that will be worth more than my face-to-face coaching. So, you know, will it be worth it in the end? Come back to me in about 10 years and I'll tell you, Atul.
Okay, we're going to do another interview after 10 years.
Yeah, okay. If I'm on my yacht, you know it'll have been worth it.
Yes, of course. Like we're going to have like your yacht, and near your yacht there will be my yacht. Okay,
Yeah, okay.
then it will
Perfect.
be a
It's a
live
deal.
interview.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. From the yachts.
Yes.
Dear, yeah.
So, what personality trait would you attribute your most success to?
Absolutely solid determination and resilience. I have been knocked down, like all business owners and everybody in life actually have been knocked down so many times. You feel punched or you feel like you've been, 25 rounds with Mike Tyson. Okay. You, some days you're like, this is so hard. I can't keep going. And you have to keep going. So definitely that tenacity, that ability to keep going and that resilience. Otherwise, I'd have given up years ago and just got a normal job.
Okay, so you help a lot of businesses. So, can you be like more specific, like how you help them?
Yeah. So if you imagine a business as a human being at all, okay, the business has needs, wants, and desires just like we do as human beings. And what I pay attention to is the core, the culture, the people systems, the revenue systems, and the strategy systems. Okay. I leave the accountants to deal with the profit and loss, the cost management, all of that. And one of the things I make sure all my clients have is a really, really good finance director. Even if they can only afford that finance director once a month, they've got a really clear idea of the numbers and their numbers are accurate. Okay. Once you've
Mhm.
taken care of that, then you can start building the value. And the way you build the value of a business. So, okay, say you have a 1 million turnover business, and it's doing, I don't know, 10% profit. Let's make the maths easier. When you come to value that business, the valuation is the profit times the multiple. So the accountant looks after the profit. It's 10% of £1 million. I come in and I teach other coaches to come in and work on the multiple. All right. And the multiple is building value into the business. So the average multiple for selling most businesses is around 3. So 3 times 10%. Okay. We build the multiple so that the business can be sold for more, can be valued for more, up to 7 times the average for that sector. And the way we do that is we build the culture in, we get clarity on the purpose, vision, and values, we embed those behaviors into the systems, we build a really strong management team, train them how to be great leaders if they need it, put a board structure in place so proper decisions are made. Help formulate a suite of strategies so they know where they're going with everything. They know the direction of travel, hold them accountable, solve the problems along the way. And that's how I do it in a very, very specific and systematic way. Now, you might tackle, I don't know, the revenue systems first if they're broken. A recent client had to tackle the people systems. Everything else was working beautifully, but they had no people systems. So no job descriptions, no appraisals, no nothing. Okay. So I helped them put those in aligned with the core values that we'd identified. So it's slightly different with each client, depending on what they've already got, how old the business is. But yeah, I've got enough tools in the toolkit to be able to tackle all of those areas. And that's how I help them.
Okay, that's awesome. So,
Yeah.
so if you talk about like most like majority of your clients, when they reach
Mhm.
out to you, like what are the most common like problem they are facing?
Yeah. So the problem they come to me with is never the problem. It's always something else. All right.
Okay.
But the presenting problem is usually around I'm stuck, I've run out of ideas, I'm exhausted, I'm stressed, this is going too fast, it's out of control, or I just I don't know what to do next. I've kind of come to the end of my business abilities, and that they're great business people because they've built them to the stage they're at, but they're like, "Ugh, I just don't know where to go next with this or how to develop it to the next stage." And that's where they just need a little bit of help and support.
Okay. So when you said like next stage, so
Mm.
like your ideal client, so what stage they are normally on?
Okay, so my ideal client is a fast-paced business, all right? They want to move at a pace either to grow and scale or to exit. And when I say move the business on to the next stage, it might, in the way that human beings grow and mature, businesses do exactly the same. So you see, I've got a client down in Yorkshire that I'm going to next month. They've been around since the 80s and they've gone through their infancy years, their teenage years, they've gone through those growing pains, they've gone through their 20s, they've probably gone through the equivalent of their 30s. They're now maturing into the equivalent of their 40s and they need a different direction. They need a different strategy in order to move into that more mature, sustained, and established business because they change. Businesses change as they grow. And they need something slightly different for each stage of their journey. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But when you said like fast paced, like what do you mean by fast?
Fast paced is the owners want to go at pace. Okay, so they want things to happen. They want things to happen yesterday, as most entrepreneurs do. And they just don't hang around. They're not delaying decisions. They're going, right, let's go for that. And they go wholeheartedly into it. It's very difficult to work with clients who are like, I don't know, or we'll wait, or we'll think about it, or you can't do anything with that. I absolutely have clients who go, I've got a great client I've been working with for 2 years, off and on for 2 years. And it's been off and on because they keep buying other businesses.
Uh-huh.
So we can't move to the next phase until they've integrated the businesses that they've bought. So we put things on pause and then we come back and go, right, now what are you ready for? Now you've integrated that business. Now what do we need to do? So you can dip in and out depending on what the client's doing. But the key is they're keen to work, they want to make it work, and they are all in. That's kind of what I mean by fast paced.
Okay, okay. So I can see that you read a lot of books.
Tons. Yeah, this is like probably only 2/3 of my book collection. Yeah, I've got more.
Okay, so I'm guessing all the others are in PDF form.
All the what? Sorry?
Like all the other books, like two-third are in PDF form.
No, they're all books, solid books. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
and I actually read them. Yeah.
That's good. Okay, so from all those books, okay, what are the three books that you think have the most impact on you?
Fiction or non-fiction?
Whatever you think.
All right, well, I'll give you so Shakespeare, the complete works of Shakespeare teaches you everything you need to know about humans, all right? If you want to know about human behavior, read Shakespeare. Everything you need to know is in there. And I think that's where my love of people started, actually, with Shakespeare, because he really gets people and the human condition and love and loss and life and death and jealousy and all of that stuff. Okay. So that's probably one. Another one would be, what would another one be that I've read? It's another fiction one. Sorry, I'm not going to say anything profound about business books. The other, I love Thomas Hardy as an author. So he was Dorset English Victorian author, and the way he uses his character, he puts in twists of fate into his stories. So things happen and go badly wrong because of small twists of fate, like letters getting lost or messages not getting through. I think that's a great lesson in life, is that kind of you've got to deal with the hand that you've been dealt and make the best of it. His characters don't, and they're crushed by it. And I kind of work the opposite way. And the third one, Hilary Mantel, Wolf Hall, the first book in that trilogy, all about Henry VIII and Thomas Cromwell and the ins and outs of politics and power and leadership. That teaches you a lot about business, actually, and money and wealth, tons of history. So yeah, those are my 3 books, Atul.
Are you going to read the last word?
Wolf Hall.
Yeah.
Do, it's amazing.
Okay, we do. By the way, you have a podcast, so can you talk about that?
Yeah, of course. So my podcast is called Crap to Kick-Ass Coach, and it's not about coaches being crap. It's about people exploring the coaching world, not really knowing what they're doing, how to get started, who to trust, who not to trust, what to spend their hard-earned money on, who to avoid, how to market themselves, all the things I wish I'd have known 16 years ago. I interview people who've been there, done that, support coaches, people who do all kinds of weird and wonderful styles of coaching. And it's there to help coaches know that if that's what they want to do, they can create a market out of it and create a really nice living out of it.
Awesome. So for people who want to connect with you and want to know about what you do, then where can they go?
They can go to our website, which is tricres.com, TRIES.com. You can find me on LinkedIn. I am all over LinkedIn. If you connect with me on LinkedIn, you can get a message to me, and I accept most connection requests. If you're trying to sell me something, probably won't accept your connection request. All right, just as a warning. But otherwise I do. And you can contact me via hello@tricres.com. Again, TRICRES, hello@tricres.com. And you can get hold of me and I'll answer any questions you might have. Oh, and listen, Atul, I've got a freebie for your listeners, for your audience. I have created an AI version of myself. And if you go to our website, then if you go to BBAI, you can sign up and get free AI coaching.
That's will be very much good. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for
I
sharing.
know.
Yeah.
That's a pleasure. That's an absolute pleasure.
Okay, Rebecca, thank you so much for your time.
That's all right. Thank you. Thanks for asking me on, Atul.
Okay, it was nice chatting with you, and I will talk to you later.
Okay, cheers. Bye.
Bye.